The lockdown has been extended by 2 weeks. So the Prime Minister was holding a video conference with all the chief ministers, which went on for more than 3 hours. Suggestions came in from all the states. There was, a pressure being built on the centre states in favour of extending the lockdown, and now we are picking up is that the lockdown has been extended by 2 weeks. That's the big news coming in at this point in time. Experts also were suggesting that this is going to be very, very essential to curb the outbreak, to control the situation. Let's go across to our editor, Internal Security, Nikunj Garg, joining us with more details at this point in time. Nikunj, and as everybody was discussing and as the states were suggesting, that call has been taken, the lockdown has been extended by 2 weeks.
Well, yes, Swati, big breaking news for our viewers at this point of time. At this point in time, the Government of India will issue fresh guidelines, but overarching news this moment coming in, and something that is going to impact the life of each and every one of us for next 14 more days. That is post the expiry of the regular period, the first period of the lockdown. Government of India has decided to extend the national lockdown for 2 more weeks. That is the breaking news coming out of the Prime Minister's meeting with the chief ministers that has just concluded, and we are the first channel reporting the fact that national lockdown has indeed been increased for 2 more weeks, and Government of India will issue fresh guidelines, as I said, but there will be some additional relaxations. My own assessment of this situation is that these additional relaxations will be for the agriculturalists, farm laborers, and the supply chain management companies. Alongside them, there certainly will be some relaxations also coming from micro and small and medium industries, MSMEs, which have taken a huge hit and which do not have a large working capital or a working capital base to continue in absentia of manpower as well as the capital. So therefore, Government of India to issue fresh guidelines with some additional relaxations, but big breaking news at this point of time. In the times of corona pandemic, Government of India has finally bitten the bullet, and we will see 2 additional weeks of lockdown.
Let's go across to our group editor, Politics, Navika Kumar, joining us in the broadcast. And Navika, we broke the story first. Well, shortly the announcement will be made, lockdown to be extended by 2 weeks.
That's right, Swati. As always, Nikunj Garg first with the breaking news, and the information that we are getting is the fact that all chief ministers have rallied around and come to the conclusion that another lockdown of at least 2 weeks is something that's absolutely essential at this point in time, given the fact that the cases have been rising in the last 3 to 4 days, and states still need some time in order to get a sense of how much of this infection is catching on without foreign travel exposure or exposure to people who have got this because of foreign travel. And most states have felt that a national announcement of this would be better than every state making an individual announcement. Of course, some parts of the economy need to be restarted. So some industrial estates, some states, safe zones could see some activity happening. And we've been saying all along over the last 7 days that 13th to 15th of April is when the harvest season begins, and it is in this season that farmers will need to also harvest their crop, and that activity needs to begin. Procurement activity will also continue from the Food Corporation of India so that the food stocks can be maintained and stored. And regarding this, transport facilities will also be provided. Now, what kind of transport facilities they will be, those are being worked out between states and the central government ministries. But these are some of the activities, including supply of essential commodities and easing transport of these, because if the lockdown is going to go on for 2 more weeks, then it is going to be important for food grains and other essential goods to be available to citizens at their places. But Nikunj, it was almost a unanimous call that was given by all chief ministers. What's the information that you are getting? And will the Home Ministry now be coordinating with each of these states in order to ease some movement of goods and even labor, given industrial activity as well as some amount of agricultural harvesting activity will begin now?